in the ring, not in the ring, but training, yeah, this one play a very important role. Okay, so that means that the same thing that in our body, this is called macrophage. Okay, I checked the dictionary and everything. It is pronounced as macrophage. So this macrophage is an indispensable. What does indispensable means? Cannot live without, must have, right? So that means that, this is a cell that you must have for your autoimmune system, okay? And then it is the most important immune cell to fight against disease. So today we will talk about this macrophage. So far, okay? If not okay, I'll repeat one more time. Okay. Alright, now, macrophage. Now, in this whole training, you just have to remember this 4 point. Okay? First is to protect the body, balance, and then eliminate and repair. You just have to remember this slide. Okay? Now, I'm going to explain. For protect the body, that means that you're going to fight the boxing, gonna fight the disease and everything. So now they use a very scientific term as well. So that means they fight against and then engulf, right? Means that they engulf, they makan, okay, the pathogens, and then they will signal other immune system to attack the pathogen as well. Okay, so understand all this one. Okay, yeah, you must say understand. If not, I'm gonna go home. I didn't do my job. All right, balanced immune system. Have you heard of some people, they have their immune system too strong? And I know that, some of the ladies or some of the guys, they might have lupus. Have you heard of it? Lupus. Lupus. That means your immune system is haywire, they attack your own body. I have 3 friends having this lupus. And for lupus, they have to use steroid for the rest of their life. Yeah. Okay, now, for our macrophage, in fact, they can balance immune system. That means if it's too high, they help you to regulate. If it's too low, they help you to regulate to a normal level. Alright? Okay, eliminate aging and disease cells. With the age and everything, and definitely that our cells were getting older, right? And then some of them were getting sick, some of the cells. So this macrophage, in fact, they can get rid of this kind of cells. So get it? Can I? Okay. Alright, now this one repair cells, that means that this macrophage, they will release sort of a receptor. It is immune factors. You just remember they repair, okay? You just remember they repair. Alright, next slide. When the boxing glove is not active, that means your immune system disorder already, okay? What will happen? Now, what affects this macrophage vitality, okay? That means aging. So that's why, in overseas, right? Have you heard of they are very worried about old people getting flu? When I was in Canada, right? There's flu season and they have to get a flu shot. And if they did get a flu shot, if they get a flu, a lot of old people die. Yeah, so that's why the flu is it's like a fatal disease, in overseas. And of course, the environment pollution, the noise. Oh, even noise can be, affected as well. And lifestyle. In KL, who have enough sleep? I bet all of you are 1 or 2 a.m. still, the Facebook, right? Instagram and everything, right? Okay. No, insufficient sleep also affects this vitality, and then lack of nutrients. You see, I think this one in KL, we all overeat. We never starve, right? We have all the good food and everything, so I think we have plenty of nutrients. And mental stress. Who doesn't have stress? If they don't have stress, they should they already, don't know where already, right? So, these are the factors that affect the boxing glove, the macrophage. Okay, now, how to make sure that, our macrophage, the boxing glove, function 24 hours normally, okay? Now we provide a solution that Be International, the founders found this supplement. It's called shiruto, and then to provide, for all of us. So I'm sure all of you benefit from shiruto, right? So please give our founders and Be International a warm applause. Alright, so the best way is to provide the vitamins for the macrophage, okay? Then, what will they do? Remember the 4 points? To protect, to balance, and eliminate, and repair, okay? Alright, this is the shiruto, the king of the vitamin of immunity. Okay, now, just want to explain what are the ingredients, alright? Now, for the ingredients, this is called IPPA1. And I always think that this name is very nice to remember. And because when you go out to talk to your friend, and if you tell them that, well, IPPA1, they will think that, well, you got standard, you know a bit like that, so they prove that, you really know something, okay? So IPPA1, you must remember, okay? Alright, now, in fact, they extract from wheat. Now, a lot of people ask, gluten, some people cannot take gluten product, right? Can they take shiruto or not? Can, yeah, because if they're sensitive to wheat, but this is through a fermentation process, so for those people sensitive to gluten, they have no problem, okay? Alright, and then this fermentation process is patented. So only I think that means that Be International, okay? And is it again indispensable vitamin for immune cell. In fact, I asked one of our nutritionists in our company that whether this kind of supplement is it we are the first one in the world, and she told me that I think can consider the first one in Southeast Asia. So it's a huge market, okay? Alright, now if we don't have enough vitamin, what are vitamins, okay? Do you take vitamins? What kind of vitamin do you take? A, B, C, D. A and Z, right? Okay. Why you want to take vitamin? Avoid diseases, okay? Don't want to take medicine, okay? Anything else? You want to have something to say? Okay, vitamins, so basically you want to make your body stronger, right? Okay, now what are vitamins? If you don't have enough vitamins, you will cause illness, and then will stop your growth as well. Okay, now what are vitamins? That means that the vitamins cannot be synthesized. That means that you cannot manufacture by your body, so you have to makan. So it's called vitamin, okay? And then these are besides the carbohydrate, protein, and lipids. These are the three of the nutrients, and then vitamin. Yeah, so they are separate entity lah. Okay. Alright, now the ingredient. Now, okay, I love this one. Although it looks very complicated, but okay, I teach you one method. Now, our IPPA1, you treat it as like a key. Kunci, key. Now, that receptor, this is our cell. They got one receptor. You treat it as like a lock, okay? And I don't think you need to. Okay, you remember this name now, TLR4, okay? Now, when the key open the lock, and it will activate the macrophage here. So when they have activation, that means they will help you on the 4 function. So do you have more understanding now? Okay. Alright, now in 2011, in fact, there are 3 scientists discovered this activation for the immune system, and they won the Nobel Prize in medicine. So that means in Be International, besides the preview, right? And this is one of the product that also have some what would you call it? Nobel Prize winning formula. Okay, please give BE a hand again. Okay, now the patented fermentation and extraction process. Now, when patented means that other people cannot copy. But yeah, other people cannot copy lah, but I don't know whether got people copy or not. But if it's good thing, I think sure got people copy lah. But never mind, we'll tell them by original, right? Alright, it is a unique and patented processing method. And then to make sure that they have an optimal performance of the IPPA1. Okay, wheat extract, okay? Then we'll activate this macrophage. Then we'll activate your immune system and will help inhibit infection, regulate immunity, regulate metabolism, improve wound healing. Have you seen some of the testimonial with wound healing? I got one downline in Ipoh. The mother has a very serious wound at the leg for about 4 months or whatever, and couldn't heal. So, and when we launched the shiruto, so I sent it to her. I think within about 2 weeks, the wound totally healed. Yeah, so and then mother 80 plus already, you know. So at least she can walk, better right now. Okay, all right now. If we have this 4 functions, that means that they can help to prevent and improve the infection, allergy, dermatitis, and then hyperlipidemia and gastric osteoporosis. Okay, women, we tend to have osteoporosis. Do you measure your osteoporosis reading? I also not yet. But I learned from my friend. She went for osteoporosis test, okay, the density, the bone density reading, okay. Within 1 year, she lost about almost 20% of the reading. Then when I told her that the shiruto can help with osteoporosis, so she bought 16 plus 3 from me. Yeah, so this is a good selling point for women. Yeah, but I think men tend not so much for osteoporosis. I think because women, we need to give birth, we need to breastfeeding, we need to do a lot of things. So that's why, we suffer quite a lot. Okay, all right now. Okay, we show a lot of clinical study. Clinical study means that we'll test on. Maybe I shouldn't comment this. You just remember clinical study, okay? Clinical study, okay? Now, for the activation of macrophage, have you tried, what is the drink? Yakult, right? Yakult. Why you want to drink Yakult? Probiotic, yeah. Okay, now, for the 1-to-1 quantity of this shiruto, and our beta glucan and then glucan and lactic acid bacteria, and we are more 1,000 times stronger than the rest. So that's right, but it doesn't mean that you go to drink 1,000 glasses of bottles of Yakult, okay? Yeah. So it's at 1-to-1, we are more powerful, okay? All right, now protect the body. Okay, now in the laboratory when we do experiment, especially we need to try test on animal or test on human or whatever. We always have 2 reading. One is the control group, and then this is with the ingredient. Now the control group, in fact, they have a term. It's called placebo. Okay, there's one term, and when you do experiment, for example, I have 2 groups here. I will not tell you belong to which group. Because then you when you know about in which group, then your psychology will affect the result as well. So normally when we do experiment, we don't tell you belong to which group. Yeah. Okay. Now as you can see that this is a control group. That means without the IPPA1. This is with IPPA1. It will reduce the mortality. Now, have you heard of those? They kena the kencing tikus. Can die one, right? Yeah, I got one friend. Luckily, he was saved by doctor. If not, he also not around anymore. So, and a lot of parasite will cause you maybe death. And for our shiruto with the ingredient of IPPA1, it will reduce the mortality rate. Mortality means the death rate. Okay, so isn't that wonderful? Right, next, dermatitis. Skin problem. Out of 10 people, how many of them that they have skin problem? At least 5, 6, a lot, okay, it's very common. So with the help of shiruto, and it will reduce this problem by 71%. Okay, I want to use one example. One of my downline, she's here, but I don't know whether I want to point at her or not, okay? She has eczema, okay? And then she take 4 sachets per day. 4 sachets per day. And then, I think maybe due to the severity of the eczema, so not yet healed. Then I say, oh, since 4 sachets cannot, try 6 okay? Amazingly, after she tries 6, the problem start to improve already. Yeah, so that's why, if you experience that, especially for skin problem, your friends say, oh yeah, cannot. I will advise that you increase dosage, because anyway, it's not medicine, it's vitamin, right? So it's no harm to try, okay? All right, next, balance the system, okay? Allergy. Do you have allergy? A lot of people have allergy, but they just don't know until something triggers. I myself, I didn't know I have allergy until one time that suddenly my lips become thicker, swollen. I remember one time that before I went to do MC for my MC job, and my lips swollen. They have to draw the lipstick very thick, to cover it. Yeah. Then, but now if I have this issue, I tilt the shiruto. Very fast subside. Okay, now as you can see here that okay, now you don't worry about this number here. Okay, you just remember that with the IPPA1 is the yellow color, and this is like now when your body have a allergy reaction, your body tend to I teach you one word. It's called IgE. It's called hemoglobin E. This is the antibody that when you have allergy, this thing will come up. So when you have allergy, this reading will go up. This reading will go up. And with the help of IVPA1, we can reduce the reading, the allergy, the reading. Okay? So this one understand? Okay, good. Alright, next. Reduce hyperlipidemia. You know what is hyperlipidemia? That means that means that your blood has lipid inside. Your blood has fats and lipids inside. So, don't worry about this. You just have to remember when you eat, consume this IPPA1, it will help you to reduce the hyperlipidemia. So, okay? So, I'll skip, okay? Alright, repair cell. Who has ulcer here? Oh, Woody, you have a... Serious or not, your one? Not serious, but did you take shiruto for your issue? Shiruto and Zenkoso. Okay. Your one, I mean, they have attack all the time or what? Once a while. Oh, okay. Yeah, so at least we learn from Woody, the experience that you can recommend shiruto and Zenkoso if you have this issue. And as you can see here that, for those people that who doesn't have IPPA1 and in their when they do experiment, the reading very high. So make sure that when they have the IPPA1, the reading decrease a lot. So it helps a lot for the gastric ulcer. Okay. All right. Now type 1 diabetes. That means that insulin dependent. Do you know anyone who has type 1 diabetes? Oh, so you have to inject. You once a day? 4 times Oh, your how many years already? 10 years. Oh, okay. It's not easy to inject yourself, My dad do that. And you know what? Every time I ask him, wait, I have to control my emotion. Every time I ask him, painful or not? Try to imagine you poke yourself. And in fact it's painful, they don't want to tell you. And so I know the experience you went through. Oh, they improved already. How long the needle right now? Huh? Oh, okay. Because last time have to really go in one, Last time really go in one. The needle very small. Okay. Yeah, so because my dad is a type 1 diabetes and then insulin. For him, 2 2 times per day. And when you have this issue, sometimes you will lead to other health issue as well. Don't worry, there's no needle here. Okay, now you will lead to like maybe what do you call that? The high blood pressure, and then heart, and so you will lead to some other issue. Now, with the help of shiruto, you can reduce this kind of what do you call that? Delay the disease onset. That means like it will help you to delay the onset of other disease. So, are you currently taking shiruto? Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe next time you can share with us that. I'm looking. We should give her a blessing. Yeah. Hope that next time can help you. Like maybe you never know. Maybe it will decrease like the number of injection or whatever. But I can't comment on that. Sugar level. Yes. Medical checkup. So yeah, maybe like 6 months later, then I hope that. So in 6 months later, we look for her, add her to Facebook, okay? Then we hope that we'll get some good news on you, okay? And so, sure, better one. Seriously, if not, be international will not be so hot right now, okay? Yeah. So really, we give you all the blessing, yeah. And okay, now, okay. The first and only ingredient recognized by this Citra. Okay, now this organization, they specially set up this organization to study IPPA1 only. Remember the Japanese professor? He came for the shiruto. He's about, how old is he? About 60 plus. And he spent 30 years. That means half of his life to study this IPPA1. I remember there's one sentence that he mentioned that I'm 60 plus. I spent half of my life to study this IPPA1. I want more human being and more population to benefit from this IPPA1 to have better immunity. Yeah, so that's why we are blessed to have him to formulate this for us. Okay, now you go back to study yourself, huh? Okay. You have it in your filing, okay? Okay, alright, now, again, in summary, then this IPP1 is very unique and very highly effective. And we have a lot of clinical studies to enhance immunity. And then, does it taste good? Yes. You know why? My friends, my downline, the kids about 5 years old, Korean, okay? So she thought it's a candy. So one day she can whack 4 or 5. Now the mother locked, in the closet already. Yeah. And individually packed for convenience. So it's I'm sure that most of you and then your bag has like few sachet. It's good to bring some in your bag because just in case if I go outside like that. And I have like few friends sideline. They taught me some trick. They always eyeing on people that sneezing and whatever Then they say, okay, come on, I let you try like that And they close these big sales like that So make sure that tomorrow go to look for these sick people, okay? Go clinic. I have to say this. Clinic, okay? I have one good friend. His name is Dr. Stephen Tan. I don't know whether he's watching the live right now. His patient, also my good friend, not eye infection, having flu for 1 week, and he gave him antibiotic, okay, for 1 week, then also cannot. So we makan, then I happened to bring the sachet. I got 2 in my bag that day, so I said, just eat 2. Then he went back, slept, and the next morning, okay already. So this doctor, a friend of mine, Dr. Steven, right now, really, really love this shiruto. And I did a Alora Pens live with him. And initially he was very shy. He said, don't want. But now he really into life already. And then he suggested to me that one day he want to do live with, I do live with him, do a Q&A session. That means that anyone can ask question, he can help to answer. Yeah, because with his profession, at least he gave us some advice on certain thing. Yeah, okay. And then one more thing, Shiroto. For hair growth, do you have any good testimony or not? I have. Also the same patient that the flu one, the guy. So they bought a box initially. So he said, oh, here a bit botak, not many hair. So I said, okay lah, you try lah, like that. I told him to take 2 sachets per day, okay? Then 2 weeks later, which is like 2 days ago, I know about Sunday. So I went to see we makan again. Then I checked his this part, right? The baby hair came out. So I quickly take the photo. Then I said, okay, 2 weeks later, I will check with you again. And so I asked him, so you take you took 2 sachets per day, right? He said, no, 1 only. 1 only. Yeah, so already have such a good result. So you can aim for the people who have thin hair. No, cannot say botak. But I told Dr. Steven that any patient come in, botak one, recommend to me. Okay. Now, this is a quality certification. Okay, now what is GMP? Means good manufacturing practices. For a factory that, you need to import, export whatever your goods, you need to have this cert. And then it is halal. And then it is a natural botanical ingredient, so it's a vegetarian also can makan, okay? Alright, we have a lot of cert, and then now we also patented in many countries. You go back to read, okay? You go back to read. Alright, now dosage. This is suggested, recommended, but of course case-to-case basis that, they can increase their dosage, so up to their decision, okay? Because your decision decides your immunity. Okay, now the benefits for kids, that means that they can improve the immunity and then reduce chances of illness. I'm sure that you have a lot of testimony from your friend that their kids, now they less fever, less chance of getting sick. For adults, it will reduce allergy and then reduce the healing time of illness, okay? And for elderly, this is very important. They have to improve the immunity and reduce infection, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, I conclude my presentation. Okay, thank you.